my issue is nobody makes a video on any of this stuff. It's pissing me off. Like, they sell hundreds of these, they sell tons of these things a week, and there's like zero support out there. Like, how about the guys in the skid steer community help each other, help a brother out here or whatever. So right now, the trick is to get this bad boy off the brand new trailer. So, and that's going to be a trick in and of itself. But let's see if we can't. I'll bet we get it done. Okay, so we learned a few things today. The very first thing we learned is I am not a forklift operator. So, all right, so let's start this bullshit again and see if we can get this thing out of the shipping crate without destroying anything this time. Maybe. I don't know. You don't know. You already know. So when I got on the very, very, very limited website that I could find, agrotk, all of their mowers have just this little bitty thin piece of steel here and a little bitty thin piece of steel here, and then one little bitty blade each. And that's all they have. And this one, this particular model, is the only one that actually has a big plate. They call it a stump jumper. It should actually be bent a little bit to go over the stuff. This seemed like the heaviest duty one. It had the biggest blade, had 4 instead of 3, or most of all of them have 2. This one actually has 4 blades, and it has a stump jumper in the middle. So this to me was the one to get because of this big plate. And I don't know, these aren't really sharp, but they're obviously they're angle cut, right? Something's wrong with the forklift. Damn it. Oh, I wonder if it's those chains. I bet it's the chains. Right there's your problem right there, dumbass. Shut up. Shut up. Don't judge me. Don't care. Not caring. This is me standing here, not caring. Holy crow, man, all that quarter of a day just to get this piece of shit on the ground and an angle. It's not even on the skid steer yet, but that's what it took to get it that far. Jesus. So tech tip number 1, show up with an angle grinder and a couple of blades and just hack the piss out of this thing, because you will thank me. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right. Hey, man, we got a brush cutter. All right. Before you do anything with any of this cheap Chinese stuff, before you fire it up, before you do anything, you take that cover off and you check everything. Remember, you buy this at Richie Brothers Auctions, you don't get any paperwork, and there wasn't any paperwork in the machine. There is nothing. You are on your own, and if you fire this thing up without grease in it and you burn it up, hey man, they're going to give you the finger, and they're going to be like, sir, we don't warranty anything or troubleshoot anything, or there's no PDF to download or anything. No, you're on your own, sir. You bought it at an auction. And even though these assholes are buying it literally brand new, hundreds and hundreds of them, and shipping them all over the country, you know, you bought it at an auction, sir, so we're not giving you any kind of support. So drives me crazy. So all right, let's take this cover off and let's see if we have to grease anything. Called it. This is not on the interwebs. Mine will be the first. Excuse me. Okay, hopefully we can do better this time on this piece of equipment than we did the last one, because the last one, the little brass fitting broke off in my grease gun. I had to throw my grease gun away. It pisses me off. So I have a brand new grease gun, and one of the most expensive ones they make, and we're fixing to load this bad boy up. So it worked on the last one. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what I'm doing. It's my first day.
It's my first day.
Well, that's just cool as can be. I'll never pump a manual grease gun again. We're done with that bullshit. Okay. There we go. Look at that. See that? Who needs a manual? We got this figured out. All right. Pump it in on the left till it comes out on the right and stop. That's what we did. Okay. All right. Whoop whoop, as my people say. All right. See? So there you have it. All right. Well, unlike the orange one, these are tight. It looks like the bolts are all in and they're all the way down and they don't need anything. So I would say, sir, we are ready to put this cover back on. We're ready to fire this beast up. I think we're going to be triumphant. I think we're going to beat the sun on this deal. So that's the trick, is to pump grease in the Zerk fitting in front until it comes out. I thought that was just a regular square bolt. It's not. It's actually a screen. So that's how you do it. Cute. All right, we're learning. It'd be nice if there was a goddamn PDF, but there's not, bastards. So there you go. That's what we're doing here. It's plumbed, it's greased, it's attached. What do you say we try it? Let's run it. Let's see if we can make it go round and round. You can just hit the thing, right? Look at that. Hey, man. We got a mower again. Yeah. And you can hit it the other way if you want. Well, it used to. Oh, no, this one doesn't go the other. No, this one doesn't. That's right. That's right. This one only goes one way. This isn't a Bruce Jenner. It doesn't go both ways. Yeah. This crap is 5 feet high, and I've got the brush cutter down. I'm just mowing it down. I mean, just slinging. Look at that. Look right here at the front here. It'll focus. When I go forward, it just turns those weeds into just sends them airborne. Look at that. It's amazing. I'm just cleaning this place up quickly. Yeah, it is just, this thing just doesn't take any guff, man. It just goes right in these. Doesn't matter, these weeds are taller than I am. I mean, it just shreds them. Look at that. Crazy. This thing's fun as can be. So, I don't mind mowing this. And I'm literally, not figuratively, I'm literally sitting with the air conditioner on. And it's blowing cold air on my neck. Got my cage, my nose isn't running. I'm allergic to all this stuff. No, it's all good. All good. The good news is this thing works like a champ. I cut the entire pasture. I just mowed like, I don't know, almost 6 acres with this thing, and it did not miss a beat, Jack. It's a little heavy, and so it pulls, the hydraulic, it's hard for, you have to kind of adjust after. You can leave it alone for a few minutes, but eventually you got to raise it back up a little bit. It's just so heavy on this thing. So that's the good news. The other good news is I found something when I went up to the house to mow in the front yard. I found something. The bad news is what I found was auto stop, and it stopped it automatically. It stopped. Yeah, it sure did. This auto stop is that's some tough stuff. That's some tough auto stuff. And of course it's all the way. I mean, it's wrapped around the, you know, it's all you know, it's not just. Let's get the big red wrench. And when I say the big red wrench, I don't mean this big red wrench. This is not the big red wrench we're talking about. I mean this big red wrench. This is what we're going to be using now. It's my first day, man. What do you want from me? If you do the shit long enough, it'll happen. I just didn't plan on doing it, you know, 2 hours in, hour and a half in. Okay, so that's one pass. That's just one pass through through some of the tall stuff. And that's not even the tall stuff out here, but that's a lot taller than what we just looked at. So yeah, that's one pass at full speed. I didn't have the throttle all the way up, but I had the hammer all the way down. So yeah, that looks pretty good to me. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just does not belong. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is gone. Whoops. I know where it came off, but I don't know if I'll find it. Let's go see if we can find it. Wow, and all my chains are torn up. Look at that. Those chains are not supposed to be missing. That's supposed to have like 4 links of chain. Wow, that's all torn up. Ugh. Somebody's been abusing this machine. Bunch, right? And so here's what I found in the woods. I knew right where it, I mean, I felt it. I hit something. I took on too many trees. I just abusing it, you know. This is all heavily grown. I cut down all of these trees and shredded, just mulched all. You can see like there's just entire trees laying there. I've been just abusing the shit out of this thing. And it finally bit me in the ass. And this bolt there. So it's a lock washer, or no, castle nut, excuse me, castle nut and a cotter pin. So that's we'll have to get another. That's all it's wrong with. It just needs a new bolt. Big deal. I mean, I'm just going to bolt it right back on. It's not a. This is not a catastrophic failure. I mean, it is for today. The sun's going down. Who gives a shit? It's not going to cost me anything but one bolt. Big deal to fix it. That's fine. But I'm just curious how all these chains were laying in the same place. So are we to believe that this thing flew off and all of these chains stopped it, slowed it down? Is that what happened? Did it come through here? And what about all the ones over there? And I don't know. I don't know if that, I don't know. Does that line up with the width of this? Does that equal? That's about the distance right there of the chains that are torn off. I mean, those chains may have actually stopped this thing or slowed it down anyway. I don't know, but anyway, or did these chains get hung up in the blade somehow? I just don't think they're long enough, but I love this thing. And I've been tearing the shit out. I mean, I mowed down all of this was all overgrown too. I mowed and mulched all of that shit. That was all heavily overgrown, and I whacked it, you know. So this thing doesn't just mow, it mulches. Okay, well, they didn't come through the chain. It went through the side of this thing. There's a reason this is that thick of steel. Wow, look at that. That's pretty cool, man. You know, chicks dig scars. We got one. That's pretty scarred right there. That is super dangerous. Make sure you're wearing your bulletproof vest when you're doing this bullshit. Wow. Stop abusing it. I need to start using that orange machine. Stop this one. Use it for what it's designed for.
As the crackheads say. So what happened was, I got a call to go help out a family member who lives in the country and they can't mow their yard. Would I please go mow their yard for them since I have this cool new skid steer and this cool new brush cutter? And, oh, wouldn't that just be grand? And so, you know what happens every time you try to help someone. We all know. And so I went out there and the entire cab got covered in vines and I couldn't see anything and I freaked out and I just nailed the throttle and I went forward and I hit too big of a tree with the brush cutter and, you guessed it, the blade came off. A different blade flew off and I was running it at about 50% RPM on my Kubota and it flew over more than over 100 yards, punched through the neighbor's fence and finally stopped when it crashed into their air conditioner and dumped all the Freon out in the air. So guess who got to go put a new coil in for free for the neighbor of my family member? Guess who got to pay for all of that? And you could do the whole, follow insurance. You know insurance is just going to give you the finger. So anyway, I just went and took care of it, and it totally sucked diddly-ucked. But it gives me an idea. I think I need to put pipe around these bolts. And I think if I just put pipe around these bolts, they'll quit breaking. It shouldn't need it, but here we are. 2 blades thrown. Is what it is.
Factory has them going this way with castle nuts, which I really like. I like the castle nut idea. I like it. Anyways, I put the pipe around. All the factory bolts now have pipe around them. So now when I hit stumps and such, rocks, whatever, it should hit here and transfer the load to the blade, and there should never be a time when anything can hit the bolt. And so this one, I'm double nutted it because I didn't get castle nut, blah, 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 blah. So this one's going to go over that, there, and so this pipe will go over that. It's hot because I just cut it. There, that'll go over that, like that right there. I will weld that, and then this thing is welcome to take all the beating and punishment that I want to dish out because it's all going to go to the pipe instead of the bolt. And so, and I have grade 8 bolts now instead of grade 5 or whatever they shipped from HO in Chino, and I got extras and they're fine thread, so if I do break another one off, I'll have it right there. I can't imagine breaking another one off. Again, there's no stress on the bolt. All the bolt does is just hold it straight up. It's all it does. All of the force should go to the blade and to that shoulder in there. There shouldn't be any stress. So I don't know why it happened, but it happened. My chains are all busted, so I welded some angle iron here, and I saved thousands with an S of dollars by buying this cheap Chinese stuff, and I don't regret it. You're gonna need a friggin' electric grease gun, and you're gonna go through 3/4 of a tube of grease just filling that black one up, just filling the orange one up, just filling that red stump grinder up. Everything took 3/4 of a tube of grease. And you better do that or it's just gonna burn up. We're ready to take this back out in the field and do vegetation devastation. So I put the collars on here and they're getting the piss beat out of them. Holy crow. Mud getting packed in and stuff. And all we've really done is mow. I haven't been abusing this thing at all, and it's still getting the piss beat out of it. So I'm gonna say that I really like this thing. Thumbs up. I think it could use a little work. I think putting that pipe around those bolts, I think they could use some stronger bolts. I don't understand why the bolts are shearing off. They shouldn't have any stress on them, but here we are. I've lost 2, but this thing mows and mows and mows. I mean, it just mows acres and acres and acres, problem free. Like, he just hit a 2-inch, inch and a half right there, and it's fine. Doesn't hurt it a bit. You're all good. But 1-inch, 2-inch, cut it all day, man. It's not afraid. It's all good. It's just, the problem is when you're cutting that 2-inch crap, and then it turns 2 turns to 3 turns to 4, and next thing you know, you're slinging a blade across the yard and through a fence and into the neighbor's air conditioner. Don't ask me how I know. For the price, I don't think you can go wrong. And just know that this one, unlike this one, which I'm fixing to work on right now, this one comes with the 1/2-inch fittings. Your low flow machines have the 1/2-inch fittings, and the high flows have the 3/4-inch fittings. And this thing works just Jim Dandy on low flow. You don't need high flow for it. It's not a big deal. It's not, the motor's not that big. It works just like a champ. So I would definitely suggest putting these pipes on here. You see they're just getting the piss beat out of them out here, and like I said, we have not been abusing it, and it's still getting the piss beat out of it. So whatever, it is what it is, but it kind of spreads that shit out. But I'm real happy with this thing. I would recommend to a friend. Just know that you probably get better quality from American Union made, you know, no arguments, but the price that I paid for this is going to be nowhere near the price you're going to pay for a new American Union made. And that's just, it is what it is. But I like it. I like it a lot. All right, stay tuned and check out these other, that's a tree shearer up there. That's the grinder up there. I bought all kinds of crazy shit. Click on my other thing and make sure you throat punch that subscribe button, because I need subscriptions. The more I can get for subscribers, if I can get it monetized, then I can get paid for that. I can make more and better videos. So it's kind of up to you. Please subscribe. Thanks.